surprised are you that the Packers-Cowboys ended 40-40, and was that a sack?
I'll get to that.
Damn, Skip.
I was not surprised at all because I said it would be 28-27 in regulation in favor of the Dallas Cowboys. So a 40-40 tie for me was a win last night. I don't care what you say because the world said it was the lock of the century. The world was saying Green Bay by 4 touchdowns, Micah with 3 or 4 sacks. So we won the night because this was supposed to be a mismatch, and it definitely was not a mismatch. It looked like it for maybe a quarter.
Yeah, first quarter.
And then it flipped on its head. But here's the point of what happened last night. The reason we won the night was because without CeeDee Lamb, we hung 40 points on Micah Parsons' defense, 40 on Micah's defense, and left him, as he said after the game, pissed off and very disappointed in the way they played defense. I'm going to remind you, the last time Green Bay played at Dallas, at Jerry World, in a playoff game with Micah on Dallas's side, Micah Parsons' defense allowed Green Bay to score 27 before halftime and be up 27-0, and 48 for the game. So now the two defenses that Micah played for, Dallas's first and then Green Bay's second, allowed 48 and 40. Okay, 48 and 40 to the visiting team. So it seems like Micah actually got exposed once again last night because if you look at what happened, we were ahead at halftime, and we were ahead after 3 quarters, and we were ahead until 1 second remained in the fourth quarter, and we were ahead until 1 second remained in overtime. I'd say that's a win for the Dallas Cowboys, given how bad they are in defense, quote unquote, and how much the world thought that they were going to get annihilated and Jerry was going to get shamed at Jerry World. So,
But looking at the defense.
Yeah, hold on. Let me get to Micah first. Okay, I'm going to really disagree with you about that sack, and I'll tell you why. Micah actually had a very quiet night, and he did have 1 sack that was not a sack, and I get you if it's 0 yards, but go look at the play and tell me it's not the worst spot in history. Tell me it's not the cheapest, most fraudulent sack in the history of the National Football League because Dak...
In the history.
Okay, it's 1st and goal at the 5, and we play safe, and Javonte up the middle for 1 yard. So it's 2nd and goal, and we block Micah with Jake Ferguson. And Micah loops around him, and I give you this. It was a nice hustle play. He will hustle his ass off because he knows that's one of the few ways he can actually get a sack. He could close the deal with a chase down, LeBron James Memorial chase down block sack. And all it is just an ankle tackle from behind. And Dak falls forward to the 3-yard line. Go look at it. I don't care. His knees are not down. The football falls to the 3-yard line, and they mark it back at the 4 and say, sack. And I'm like, no, it wasn't. And then I read game-saving play, whatever you want to call it, tackle or sack. Go look at Edgerrin Cooper on the play and tell me he's not going to knock Dak on his ass because he is coming full speed at Dak. He's going to meet him at the 2-yard line, and I don't think Dak Prescott can run over Edgerrin Cooper. I just don't. I would hope that he could. I just don't think he could. I know he scored another rushing touchdown when he rammed into the Packers at the goal line, but this was going to be different. This is their best player on defense coming full speed, drawing a bead on Dak Prescott at the 2, and I don't think Dak's going to run through him. I give Micah an A for effort, but I wouldn't even give him a sack on the play, and if you take that play away, it's a really quiet night for the Green Bay Packers and Micah Parsons on defense because Dak, I told you, Dak is just better than Jordan Love, and I'm wearing his jersey just to honor him today because that was a performance last night. That was big time against a really good defense, supposedly a top 5 defense, and Dak shredded it without CeeDee Lamb. Well, did Micah wreck the game? I don't think he did, and I've told you, I haven't seen him wreck a game since his rookie year. That's 4 years ago. So I'm sorry, we actually won that game. I'm going to take it as a big W for my team.
Well, I took it as a tie, Skip. You know what I'm saying? I took it as a tie. It was 40-40, so 1 + 1 is 2. 40-40 is a damn tie in my eyes. But Carolyn, can I get my halftime? I know I told you no, Carolyn, but Please give my halftime, Skip.
Yeah.
Skip is driving me crazy. First, I defend Parsons. Now, you say it was a quiet night for Parsons. Of course it was, because he had 4 hands on him and 4 eyes on him every damn play.
6.
He got doubled and tripled every damn play last night. I
6.
watched it two times. I watched it live. I watched it on the plane again. Every play he was doubled or he was tripled, no matter what. And you're right. That's the only way he gonna get a sack is to get out the double and run something down. So, of course, that's the only way he gonna get a sack. Now, Rashawn Gary is the one who should have had 2-3 sacks.
Okay.
He got handled one-on-one a lot last night. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I was disappointed on how much one-on-ones he had, and he didn't win. And on the sack, Skip, it's not where the ball ends up. It's where the ball is when your knees are down. He got sacked. His knees went straight down. The ball was right here on the 4. Then he fell forward to the 3. So
I don't think his
spot.
knees were down. I've watched it about 10 times, but go ahead.
And then if you thought Edgerrin Cooper was going to stop him on the goal line, Edge Cooper missed damn 4 tackles last night. He part of the reason they had 40 because he kept on missing shit. So I don't know if he would have stopped Dak. He missed every fucking thing else last night.
He had 7 tackles.
And we
Yeah, he had 7 tackles and he missed about 3 or 4 of them. So I don't know.
Dak ain't no small dude.
Man, one little weed, he could fall forward for 2 yards.
Yes.
And Edgerrin Cooper, he
Dak
missed.
run through some stuff.
He ain't no
He missed-
spring chicken either.
He missed plenty tackles last night, so I don't know if he would have stopped him. So to me, it was a touchdown saving tackle. They end up getting a field goal. You end up getting a field goal to match him. That was his imprint on the game. To me, he saved an overtime touchdown, and that's fucking huge. And then for the quarterback play, man, I thought Dak, right now, I think Dak is the hottest in that
He
league
is.
right now.
I'll buy that.
I love when Dak played. I love regular season Dak. That's my dog.
I agree.
Regular season Dak go crazy. He looked like himself right now.
Yep.
But thank you, because Skip, man, hey.
What you got over there?
You know, we still working on that. We still working on it. We still working on that, right? Tyler, we ain't there yet, right? Yeah, we still.
Apple juice.
It's coming. It's coming soon.
Apple juice?
It's coming. I'm gonna let you know it's in that cup very, very soon. But I thought Jordan Love played a hell of a game too.
He did.
They both had over 300.
They did.
They both had 3 touchdowns, and they both scored, led their team to points exactly when they need to
But
lead their
Jordan
team.
Love made one mistake. One mistake. Dak didn't make one mistake.
So I wanted to ask you, Skip, is the games were super similar. Even the completion percentage was very similar, right? That QBR, you know, you big on QBR. I don't really know
The
what the fuck
94,
it is.
yeah.
Was high as hell.
94 to
Jordan
58.
Love shit was very low.
Yep.
But they had the same damn game, and they tied it. So
Except
how does
he
that
let-
work, Skip? You tell
he
me.
got the ball knocked out of his hands.
Oh,
at
the
the end of
fumble.
half.
It was the
Yeah.
fumble.
Okay.
The fumble dropped him. Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's the fumble and he missed some.
He missed a
some,
couple
he missed
throws.
a couple throws
Yeah.
that probably
Yeah.
dropped him a little bit. But
Yeah.
listen, the game. I didn't expect the game to be a game. I'm gonna be honest, Skip. Especially the way it started. If you go off how it started, Cowboys clearly Micah was in their mind because the first 3rd down, they ran a little flip play away from where
They
Micah
did.
was at. They were playing a little scary to start the game.
I agree.
And
Yeah.
Green Bay, they
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom down the field. And I'm sitting back like, man, let me get back to my schoolwork.
I know. I was like, oh, it's about to be a blowout.
And then I'm steady watching. I'm like, oh, this is a game. So I just want to talk about Micah and kind of how it's being coached. Like Keith said, Rashawn Gary is the one we should be talking about because he was leading the team in sacks leading up to this. When you go into a game, if you listen to the interview beforehand, Dak said, we have a plan. We put together a plan to always keep eyes on him, to know where he's at, this, and this. Not to the magnitude maybe of what Micah has had to face because of his explosiveness and his ability to run and just his sheer athleticism. But I've played in games where I know for a fact we do protections. Offensives do protections, and Richie can attest to this. But then you have a most dangerous. If you're playing the Los Angeles Rams, when there was a kid there named Aaron Donald, up the protection, find him. That's what, can you attest?
Right, 100%.
Find
yeah.
him,
You have
right?
to find those guys on every
Find
play.
him. So when I was in Tampa, New Orleans, they didn't keep the protection. They like 93, go to him, find him, chip him, this and this. So with Micah, all night last night, he's killing Tyler Guyton. And I'm like, man, he an OU guy, but you got to call a spade a spade. He's killing him. He killed him. They put him over the center, he killed him. He did what was necessary, but he win free, running back show up. The slide, he beat Tyler Guyton. The guard spin back. And
By the way,
hit him.
Tyler Guyton did not finish the game. He got replaced. And I don't think it was injury. I think he just got replaced.
I'm telling you, he was getting killed. But for Green Bay, just for coaching, and now I'm going to let Richie get into the game. When you have a guy that's special like Micah, I don't know who's coaching or drawing up the pass rush and stuff. You got to find ways to free him up. He was basically, you agree, he was killing Tyler Guyton. That means he's on the right side with his hand down the whole time.
Definitely left him right there. They definitely left him right there.
He didn't move it right.
He rushed in front of the guard like
The whole
one time. They brought the
got
running back
over the
right
center.
there.
He got over center one time. You got to scheme stuff up for him. And how do you do it? So you got 5 offensive linemen. The reason Denver has been rushing the passer so well is because they do a great job of putting 5 on 5.
Yep.
Now you can't double team. So what do you do with that? You walk a linebacker down. Now that forces the running back, forces the running back to stay in, but now he has to have eyes on him. Then he can drop out. Now we 5 on 5.
Right.
You can't double Micah at that point. And you know what you do with Micah? Put him at right end. Now you put him over the guard. Now you put him over the center.
They moved him
now
some. They had
little bit,
but not enough yesterday. But
okay, but wait a second. If he's killing Tyler Guyton, why isn't he killing Dak Prescott?
Because he had help.
When he
Another
beat,
guy waiting on him.
I've beaten guards so fast where I'm like, I'm about to kill him, and then a running back come out of here. I've beaten guards or centers, and then they'll spin back. A guard will spin out and come help. A guy come back across and hit you right when you get in the court. That was a play yesterday. Micah beat Tyler Guyton so fast. The guard stopped what he was doing, spun back this way, and saved him.
Saved him.
This is what was happening with him yesterday. So, did he wreck the game? No, but there's a reason for that. He had 2 and 3 people on him all game, but Micah as a player,
before you go, quick point. Just remember, by the end of the game, Dallas had right tackle undrafted, originally undrafted. Right guard, undrafted. Center, undrafted. Left tackle, undrafted. Against Micah and Rashawn Gary and Van Ness and Edgerrin Cooper coming half the time up the middle.
They played good.
Okay? So they hung in there, man. I mean, you got to.
Cowboys played an excellent game.
That guy right there.
Their offense played a hell of a game.
That is a testament to why I say people need to stop disrespecting Dak Prescott. That dude is a phenomenal quarterback.
Hell yeah.
Yesterday, if you never... I know. We got
Once he do it, I feel like Stafford was in the same boat. He was a phenomenal quarterback.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't worried about Stafford. Now he win the chip. Now you put him on the pedestal a little bit because he deserved it. I think Dak in that same boat. But to your point real quick, we had a Von Miller on our team. Shit, Wade used to overload this blitz. He gonna blitz the hell out this side, and you're gonna have to stop this side, and you're gonna have to leave Von one-on-one. So it's definitely ways to create.
Overload one side and get him one-on-one. There's ways to free
you gotta
him up.
slide to this side.
But what happened? We talked about Rashawn Gary. What happened? You got Von Miller, and then there was another Hall of Famer came in on the other side, and then it freed up everything. That's what I'm saying. We talk about Micah, about Rashawn Gary last night. He should have freed up Micah, because now if he's cooking, now it opens it up for Micah. So, you know.
Go, Reed.
I think with a great pass rusher like Micah, he's a game wrecker, right? So when you have a game wrecker, Micah Parsons, Aaron Donald, Max Crosby, we used to call it 4 hands, 4 eyes. We got 2 sets of paws on him, 2 sets of eyes on him. To Gerald's point, when you go 5 on 5 against an offensive line with some talented edge rushers, that's what has offensive lines shaking in their boots. 5 singled up blocks, right? And when you get 5 on 5 in the NFL, you're going to get a lot of movement. They could have done a better job of freeing Micah up. Rashawn should have played a bigger role in this game, right? All the focus is on Micah. You could tell the Cowboys, they had a plan for Micah. Their plan was different than my plan for Micah. If I see number 1 on the field, I'm running right at him. I'm setting the wing up. I am running right at him, and we're going to circle the defense. They kept him on one side for the better part of the night, and Dallas was running away from him. Dallas was running away from him, let him chase the play down from behind, and let him get tired. Now, the Dak Prescott sack. It's like a win. A win is a win. It shows up in the win column. A sack is a sack. It shows up in the sack column. Did I think he got a little bit extra and it shouldn't have been a sack? Yes. But it goes down in the sack column. I think Dak scores right there. I think Dak, he's got that momentum going. I think Dak gets his ass in the end zone. So, is it a game-saving play? Absolutely. I think Dak scores right there. You know, it's a completely different ball game. But Micah was neutralized for the most part for double teams. That's supposed to open up opportunities for other pass rushers. I think they got to start scheming up a little stuff. You know, Micah's great, but Micah can't beat two guys. Coming down to the protection on the goal line where he did get the sack, they slide the entire offensive line away from Micah, and they leave him one-on-one with Jake Ferguson.
They did.
That's not a good ball. I'll throw the ball to Jake Ferguson. I don't want him one-on-one. So
He was there that quick.
Boy, as soon as
he was right around him, and Dak felt it. Dak started moving, and then Dak made a decision to run, and he's a little slow. Micah got him from behind, but
I think Dak got how fast he was.
Yes, I think Dak scores there. And I really think that changed the landscape of the game.
So, Keeb, are you going to be critical of the Green Bay defensive coordinator?
Hell yeah.
Well, you love him because you
Yeah,
played.
that's my dog. I like Jeff.
Yeah.
Jeff, but he could have did a lot more. Then you coming off you overlooked the opponent. I just thought it was going to be an impeccable game plan. You know what I'm saying? We going to get Micah. Every time we got a rush situation, we going to get Micah a one-on-one. I thought it was going to go like that. It really didn't go like that. The DBs ain't played well, in my opinion, man. Damn, Pickens is a goon. I remember going on Kay Adams' show like last year saying that Pickens is a top 3.
Really? Top three?
Top 3.
Oh, deep ball catch.
Deep threat. I'm like, he's a top 3 deep threat. He's legit as hell. And I think on a stage like Dallas, you will see it. Now, before Pittsburgh, he didn't really get the credit, but Dallas is almost like the Giants when you talk about media. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
On that platform,
absolutely.
He'll start getting the love that he deserves because he's a fucking goon. He got twitch at the line. He's 6'4" with speed. He got yards after the catch.
His
He
body
got great
control is
fucking.
crazy.
He got great
Body
body
control is
control.
crazy.
Great ball skills, man. So,
Jump ball skills.
hey, man.
So when you
I know a real problem.
like a headache, like how. So like when you talk about Dez, the reason Dez got so many touchdowns for Dallas is because they knew when we do this at 88 down there, he going up to get it.
Hell
And
yeah.
I think Pickens got that.
Yeah.
Like
Pickens
there-
definitely
there's
got that.
Great wide receivers who like Jettis. Jettis gonna get open. He gonna make his play. Then
Yep.
there's some guys who in
Deep
what they
ball,
do,
it's called a legit deep ball threat.
Yeah, and it's
Like Jettis, he run over
Yeah,
routes,
yeah.
he run slants, he run digs. He not a legit deep
Yeah.
ball threat.
But I'm saying,
You know what
like, even like if Keeb is engaged with this wide receiver, these 50-50 balls you throw up, Pickens is at top of the league for.
He is.
If I throw it up and it's me and him, I'm my guy, like Mike Evans.
Sure.
He's a
If
dog.
I throw the ball up to Mike Evans,
That's a legit deep ball
Yeah.
threat.
if I throw the ball to Mike Evans and he engaged with a DB, that's Mike. That's who Pickens is. And
You
it's
either
like
gotta
that.
have two. You gotta be either like Tyreek Hill, like
Yeah.
straight gas.
Yeah.
Deshaun Jackson, like straight
Yeah.
gas to be a legit deep ball threat, or you gotta be like Dez, Pickens,
Yeah.
Jamar. Like
Yeah.
Jamar almost got both of them. That's
He
why
does.
he's the best in the league.
That's
He
true.
got straight gas and he got the 50-50 ball. So, but Pickens, man, hey, shout out to Pickens, man. I'm looking forward to seeing him with Dak.
Good point.
You know-
That's a great combo right there.
Real quick before you go, Skip, also confidence in him. Like people don't understand how much your team, organization, we see what it's doing with Baker, and your quarterback believing in you. When he was in Pittsburgh, a lot of people's concern was like, why y'all get him the ball? Like he was just throw it over here.
throw
Let's
it
see
at
what happened. Dak yesterday, there was a time when they replayed it where what's my man, the returner.
Turpin.
Oh, yeah.
You see the movie, man, he was wide open. Dak didn't even look that way. He's like, nope.
He missed
I'm
it.
going
Yeah,
over here.
exactly.
He one-on-one and he one-on-one, I'm going over here.
Hey,
Dak-
still,
Dak-
even in Pittsburgh, though, Russell was throwing that shit
He
to him.
was.
Yeah, he was.
It was going crazy. If he didn't catch it, it was pass interference every time.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
hey, man, he
Yeah.
the numbers might not have showed how legit he was in Pittsburgh. The Cowboys numbers will show, but he was fucking legit in Pittsburgh, too.
All right, I'm going to go back to the end of the game, the last 2 possessions for each team. So Dallas has the ball, and we went back and forth about sack or no sack, whatever. I don't think it was a sack, and I don't think it was game-saving tackle, whatever. Next play, you still have 3rd down. You're 3rd and goal from the 4-yard line. Dak takes the snap, takes one quick look, just a quick glance, throws it in the 5th row. Okay, I'm a Cowboy fan. I'm out of my mind because I know we can't stop them. So at that moment, you have to go for the throat. Dak sat there in the post-game interview and said, I hate ties. It leaves me so unfulfilled. I got it. Unsatisfying. Go for the throat. You have to throw the ball in the end zone, and I know there's some risk you're going to throw an end zone interception, but it won't end the game. If you throw it to them and they get tackled in the end zone, they're going to get it at the 20 just like they did anyway off the kickoff, off the field goal. But Dak is saying, I'm just going to play for 3, and I hate that because that was wrong. After such a great night, you were so hot, you're playing at the highest level in the league. You have to give somebody a chance. Maybe it's Jake Ferguson at 6'6". Somebody. Just throw it up to Pickens. Give somebody a chance. You're on fire. You can't throw that ball away and say, we'll take 3, because you have to know the circumstance. We haven't stopped them all night.
Right.
So what do you think's going to happen? Well, what happened because we did hold them. Remember, they get the ball back, so now we're up 3. And they get the ball back, and it gets to 4th and 6 at the 24. And to your point about Jordan Love, he hits Golden with a rocket, and it's sweet, man. It's you can't. I get chills thinking about it, because this is for the game. This is it. Sink or swim, do or die. You got to throw this right. You got to throw it low where he can get it. Nobody can get a hand on it.
Yeah.
And he did and pulled it off, and I honor that because that's clutch. Okay, so then here they go. Wilson's in the game, and he goes 10 yards, 13 yards. Then he hits Wicks for 15 yards, and I'm just saying, well, there's no way we can stop him. And they finally get it down to 1st and 10 at the 12. And I've been hard on Trevon Diggs on this show, but he made one play all night. He did make a tackle on another play, but
Great
it was a great tackle. But this is the play of the night for the defense, because on 1st and 10 at the 12, it's a screen to Golden, and they had been killing us on screens all night. And you saw what Trevon did. He sniffed it, man. He smelled it, and he took off like a shot, and just threw it for a 3-yard loss. At first, I thought it was like an 8-yard loss, but then I looked, it was -3. And Matt LaFleur said, I'm out. Like, I'm not going to go for it anymore. And they're playing now for the field goal, and they're letting the clock go tick, 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 tick. Okay, now to the last throw of the game. Man, Jack Sanborn, who I don't love, I think he's way overmatched, and he did lead them in tackles because he's always in the midst. They're going after him and going after him and going after him, and he finally made one play because he didn't turn his head to look for the football, and it hits him in the back. I couldn't tell if it hit him in the back of the helmet or the back of the shoulder pads on the last throw of the game, but I got to tell you, I had to look this up. The clock operator is hired at each stadium by the league, so it's not hired by Jerry Jones to have a home cooking clock operator. But this one, that they do live in the area, so I assume whoever this clock operator is from North Texas somewhere in one of your neighborhoods, and it's close to being zeros on the clock, man.
I thought it was.
It is close.
I thought they smoked this.
I mean, this is like,
I did too. All right, what is he doing?
because it's a little quick on the draw to stop it.
Yeah.
Because if the throw is a little high or a little right or a little left, it's going to go off the clock because it's not going to hit the ground for another second. But this hits him in the back of the whatever, and it just drops to the turf. And it's the clock operator is quick on the draw because I thought it was zeros. And then I'm like, wait, they got a second left?
Yeah.
Well, if there's no second left,
Ball game.
But this is also why I say, when we was talking about the Packers at first, I was like, when you need a play, you need a guy to go to. Who's the Packers guy? And this is why I always say you need one, because if you look at that play, the tight end was open across the middle.
Right.
He was wide open.
On the last play?
On the last play.
Yeah.
He's wide, but he's I understand we see, they move the ball around, but with him being wide open, he's a big target.
Yeah.
They don't have nobody can cover him.
you mean Kraft was?
Yeah, Kraft really the guy.
He's really the guy. That's what I'm saying. So if if they start in the red zone, they start kind of build. That's why you build that camaraderie. Because on that play, when we go, if I'm a quarterback and I got a guy on this play, it don't matter what happens. I'm looking here. Just like when Dak didn't look at Turpin, he went straight to Pickens.
He did. No, he did.
If he's looking at him, he's wide. I mean, he hit him across the middle. There's nobody there. He walk in the end zone. So that's why I said, just when you building a team, everybody needs a guy. But like you said, that ball, if it goes in the air, that's game. I don't know what they was
Game
doing.
over.
And then LaFleur, he was looking like, what was you doing? But Skip, I gotta give you credit. I might have to concede, man. if your team is so scared of the other team's kicker, he might be that guy.
Oh, he that guy.
Yeah, Aubrey's that
He
dude.
might be
Aubrey.
the realest because he would rather play for a tie
Yep.
than to give Dallas guy a chance. Because
Yep.
he probably,
That's
I'm
true.
saying, he
That
probably
thing
hit that hole from 80.
45.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
would
They
have
was gonna try it. They was gonna try it last night. It was gonna
Yes.
see what it looked like
For
last
sure
night.
they was going to try it. He like, nah.
Before we move on, like I expected the Packers to drop 40 because that's just a bad defense. Eberflus,
I understand.
I don't like how he called. Like
I don't
it's 4th
either.
and 6.
I agree.
You drop and play that soft ass zone. Like, bro, you got Bland in, you got
I
Diggs in,
understand.
you double the slot. Bro, stand up, blitz the shit out. Man, play ball right there. Drop your nuts, play ball. He dropping that weak ass, soft ass zone. That was the easiest pass of the night. You said it was a dot all this. Golden went shit right in the middle.
No,
of
I
it
got
was
it.
so
But-
fucking easy.
But you got to make it. You got to make the play,
You
or
do.
the game's over.
But it's so easy though. You
Yeah,
drop into this,
I
you
was
blitz,
wondering why they
you
was
blitz
so,
one guy.
Yeah, I was
and
wondering why
it's
they was
always
open.
delayed blitz. Like
It's this
they're
long
slow.
delay.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
like, bro, that's the trash guy. Come on, bro. Wade Phillips would never.
So do you think
Hold on. But the Packers defense, I was very, very disappointed, man.
How could you not be?
I got to take it down a few notches. I thought they was really like going to be one of the legit defenses in the league. But it seemed like as soon as you try to crown one of these defenses, that's what you get from them, man. It's like everybody want to be that 2015 Broncos. As soon as you crown them, that's what the fuck you get from them, man. So I'm going to just be, like Gerald said, I'm going to be a little less quick to crown these defenses, man, because it's sad. It's pissing me off. Even the Broncos, they're my guys, man.
Yeah.
It's sad,
Yeah.
man.
I think with the Packers defense, I'm disappointed in them as well. They're going against backup offensive linemen.
Right.
Backup center, backup right guard,
All
eventually
across.
backup right
Yeah.
tackle, all across the board, right?
Yep.
Come on.
And you can't get pressure with those front guys. You can't get Micah free.
And Micah getting 2 and 3 people.
Right?
Like,
Yeah,
somebody
exactly.
gotta get home.
But everybody's
Somebody gotta get
focusing on
home.
Micah.
Like, come on
Rashawn Gary's got to get his in those situations.
Or Jeff
Yep.
got to get his. Jeff Happy, you got to
Yeah.
get yours.
Yeah.
Y'all going to double Micah. Oop, I got to work too now. I got to make his money too, shit.
But-
So I don't know. I got to
Give Diggs
take it down
that
a few
big-
notches. Well, it was offsides, I think.
No, it was 12 men on the field.
Oh, yeah,
But
12
I'm
men
saying,
on the
I'm
field.
saying, he said he didn't really make. To me, I'm like, shoot.
Oh, he
Without
picked
that pick, that was a great play by
Oh, no, that was a
Diggs.
fucking great. That's what
He
Diggs
triggered
do.
the heck out of that
But
ball.
that's
Got
what
that
Diggs-
pick without the penalty. You know,
Diggs was
I just-
playing. Diggs, man, he played a solid game last night. That's why on 4th and 6, I'm going to leave him by himself. I'm going to leave Bland by himself.
Okay.
I'm going to double the slot. I'm going to blitz the hell out the quarterback. Hey, bruh.
How'd you feel about him not starting?
He's not healthy, bro. It is what it is. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You're not healthy. Yeah, they probably ain't planning for him to play as much as he did.
Right.
But he got that pick early.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, he cooking. They see how he playing. Oh, he cooking. He feels
That's
good
true.
tonight. So he earned
Yeah,
himself
snap-
20
I'm
more
saying
snaps.
on a snap count. Even
Bland
though
was
he's
on the snap
yeah,
count,
I'm
but
saying-
shit, that shit went out the window
That's
too.
what I'm saying.
You know
But
what I'm
even he's on the snap count. Do you think he still should start just being
I
a
do.
rotation guy? That's
I
what I'm like.
would never not start.
You should not start. Like he could be on the pitch. We know he's not healthy, but taking him out the lineup not to start, this especially to me.
Yeah, I would've
Y'all have
started.
to understand the picture that's being painted. Skip been saying that Diggs and Micah's like this.
They
and
are.
that he just so on the night that
They
Micah
traded
come back,
jerseys after the game.
the
Right.
night that
As they
Micah
should.
comes back. You take Diggs off the field, it just paints it like a.
Yeah,
it's
I ain't like
I ain't
to
like
not
that,
start.
bro.
I ain't
Like
like
he
to not
should have
start
started.
it.
You could keep him on the pitch
But sometimes,
count. Start him.
sometimes, you know, he wasn't playing his best. He's hurt. He wasn't playing his best. You didn't start him. You put him in. It lit a fire up under his ass. He had a damn good game.
Yeah.
So, hey, man, sometimes it's necessary. So, hey,
But his heart is in Green Bay. That's the problem.
nah, Skip. Nah, hell no.
His heart is
My
wherever
dog
that
got
check
a nice
being
ass
signed.
house in the D, man. I done seen the crib.
Have you?
He don't want to go nowhere.
Wherever that check being signed is where his heart is at. Sure.
Well, Gerald, Jerry said last night post game, he said it was very simple. Dak was indispensable in my mind, and Micah wasn't. Was Jerry right?
Yeah, I think you've seen it last night. The quarterback position it's rare. Do you know why we praise 2015 Broncos defense or the 2002 Bucks defense or the Baltimore Ravens? Is because they were so good that they didn't need a dynamic quarterback to do what they did.
That is true.
That is why they're historic. That's why his defense is historic. The Bucks defense is historic. John Gruden told the Bucs defense, if y'all are so good, go score 10 times on defense. You know,
And they did. They scored
They
9.
scored 9 times on defense. 9 times. Derrick Brooks won Defensive Player of the Year that year. We talk about the Ravens. These top defenses is because regardless of what that side of the ball did, we're good because of this side of the ball. That is beyond rare. You can lose a Micah Parsons and still score 40 points and have a tie. We've seen it. We've seen what happened. But what Dak Prescott was able to do, I thought yesterday was more of a statement game. Like, I was asked at the NFL Network who needed to make more of a statement, Dak or Micah? And I said it's Dak. It's because we made this whole offseason, this whole beginning, these first 4 weeks about Micah Parsons.
Yep.
And Dak always has to take the back seat to everybody. For what? Do you know how difficult and how much pressure it is being the quarterback of America's team with this star? You know how much Dak has been through? He didn't lost parents. He didn't lost brother. He didn't lost siblings. And he always got a smile. He sat next to his owner, and his owner said, I overpaid you.
He did.
And he sat up there with a straight face, and he went back out, and he played the game. Every time we get in the playoffs, we got to hear what Dak is not. We got to this and this.
Yeah.
And he show up year after year and plays great football. And last night, I felt like Dak sent the message and the statement. The reason it was okay to get rid of him is because I'm here. We're making this so much about him.
Yep.
But Jerry said the reason I can get rid of him is because I have that guy. And he showed it last night.
Yeah.
It does not matter who's on my O-line. Yes, I lost CD, a top 5 wide receiver. Yes, I'm missing my first round right guard and all of these players. But look at what I'm able to do. That's why Jerry said what he said, and that's why he was right. Because Dak Prescott, Jerry understood. Maybe I didn't want to pay him all this money, but Jerry know that guy right there, as long as we got him, just like Lieb said, as long as 15, Patrick Mahomes, and Big Red, Andy Reid's in Kansas City, they going to be okay. Jerry understands. As long as I got Dak Prescott, we're going to be okay.
Yep.
Why did I go draft all these offensive linemen? To protect that guy.
Yeah.
Why did I pay CD? For him. Why did I go get George Pickens? For him. Yes, he was right. I still got my money, and I got 2 first-round picks. I can go out and get some more players.
Right.
I can pay somebody else to come fill the void that Micah. But a franchise quarterback in the history of our game is no replacement.
See, but and to your point, just the lawyer in Lieb, I could look at it the other way, where if I keep Parsons and I trade Dak, because people see how good Dak is, I might could trade Dak and get even more picks. You know what I'm saying? Maybe another top defensive player, even more picks.
Yeah.
And ride with Joe Milton and stack up around Parsons and shoot my shot with a top defense in the league. You know what I'm saying? So he was right. He was right, but you could look at it from either way, man.
Yeah.
I feel like you really right when you have something to show for it. A tie on Sunday night Sunday night, that's not nothing to show for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Win
make
some
these
playoff
plays,
wins.
get these players, or do whatever you're going to do with what you got for Parsons. Have something to show for it, and then say you right. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see.
You got lawyer in you?
Yeah, a little lawyer in me. I like to argue and shit.
You've
That's
dealt
why I'm
with
here.
a lot
That's
of
why Tyler
lawyers.
hired me and shit.
That's
why I'm here.
I keep telling y'all,
I like the law.
that guy that was getting the picks doing those, that's Lee.
Yeah, man, I like to argue and shit, man.
His lawyer, that's a key.
Yeah,
I don't even- I don't
button
even
up
think
and
you
shit. Got
heard
to be
it.
in them suits and
How
shit.
you
Skip.
say you got drafted?
Hey, I
But
button that shit up and turn that shit on. Skip, hey, telling you,
Yeah.
get real.
So I think if you're looking at a Dak versus Micah situation with the way Dak's playing right now, obviously you want Dak, right? This is a quarterback-driven league. And when you lose your quarterback to a trade, free agency, whatever it is, you automatically go into quarterback purgatory. You're screwed. Look at my Raiders. Not doing very well, but they were so quick to move on from Derek Carr. All the blame was on Derek Carr, right? Mm-hmm. They had terrible defenses. He never had a one receiver. Organizational dysfunction. And it all got blamed on Derek, but then Derek goes, and we see Jimmy Garoppolo, Gardner Minshew, Aiden O'Connell. Now we got Geno Smith, right? If you get rid of your quarterback, it could be years before you find your guy.
Right.
Draft capital. spending money, right? And you still might not get your guy. I feel like a pass rusher, Micah is unique and he is awesome and he is great, but you can draft pass rushers. You can go out and spend money on pass rushers. What Jerry didn't want to do was he didn't want to saddle himself to CD, Dak, and Micah with huge contracts. He was able to take that money, sign Deron Bland, sign Tyler Smith. So it's reallocation of resources, and you do not want to be on the quarterback carousel nowadays because these kids coming out of college, you don't know what you're getting. Right. They're in the gun. They're at the line of scrimmage. They're looking over to the sideline. They got the poster boards up. They're telling them everything they need to do. You come to the NFL, you got to get in the huddle, you got to get under center, you got to do a lot of things that are uncomfortable. So if I'm looking at it, if I'm Jerry Jones, I'm looking at Dak and capital to build the rest of the roster. I'm going Dak plus my money every time.
But if Dak get to these playoffs, he do the shit that he done in the past.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's going to look like a bad decision.
Well, that's the thing about Dak, right? We're always looking at Dak in crunch time, in big games, and things like this. I made the comment last night. They were coming out for one of those final drives of the fourth quarter, and I said to my girl, I said, this is where Dak malfunctions, and this is where Dak has been judged for the last couple years of his career.
Yep.
Dak goes out there and does it last night. The tie it's trash. I mean,
that's wrong though. That's not where Dak is judged because we seen Dak, right? We seen Dak do this in the regular season before, right, Skip? Plenty of times. I mean, you know, Richie wasn't a Cowboys fan, so he probably haven't been watching as close as we've been watching. But we seen that shit last night. We seen that plenty of times for years.
Well,
but not in crunch time.
Just 2 years ago, he was second in MVP.
You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So we seen that in crunch time, regular season crunch time.
Not in the playoffs.
No.
That's what I'm saying. So last night was Sunday night. It wasn't a playoff game. You know what I'm saying? So what you told your wife or your girlfriend, it might have been a little lie, Richie, because he don't cripple himself then. He go ham. It's regular season.
But we judge Dak off if he throws a pick in that game last night. Oh, Dak's ass. Dak's terrible. You know what I mean?
That's true.
We haven't seen him doing it in the playoffs. So every time it's go time in a game, Dak has to prove himself over and over and over again.
It was good practice for the playoffs. Big crunch time moment.
So here's Dak in the postseason. He's 2-5. He did play very well and outplay Russell Wilson in a home playoff game when Russ was riding highest in Seattle. They didn't have quite the Legion of Boom that they had. It was starting to decay. But then at Tampa against Tom Brady in his swan song right into the sunset game, Dak played great in that game, but Tampa was 8-9 that year and just stole the division, and it was kind of a mismatch. It was 31-14, so I can't put a lot of credibility in it. 5 other times, he stunk in playoff games to the point that it just ripped my guts out because you're better than that, because I've seen you for long stretches be better than that. Now to Jerry's point. First time I ever sat down with Jimmy Johnson, Jerry's good friend, I'm being sarcastic, Jimmy Johnson. He said to me, you win in football games with number 1, the quarterback, number 2, a man who can rush the quarterback, and number 3, a man who can shut down the quarterback's favorite receiver. Okay, so that's the pecking order from Jimmy Johnson. Well, it's clear. This is the biggest duh in the history of football, the most Captain Obvious point ever. You have to start with the quarterback. But second on that list is a guy who can disrupt the quarterback, as you did occasionally coming up the middle, a lot frequently coming up the middle. So Jerry is stating the obvious, and he was front-running a little bit after the game because he's saying, I made a great trade because I picked the quarterback over the pass rusher. And obviously, if he had paid Micah the way Green Bay paid Micah as the highest paid non-quarterback in the whole league, we're going to be in some trouble if it doesn't pan out. If then Dak comes up small in the postseason and you'd be so strapped against the cap that it would be a disaster. You could be in line to have the first pick in the draft the next year because you couldn't do anything. And I'm going to warn the Green Bay Packers, it's all sweetness and light right now, at least it was after the first 2 home games, but going forward, you better be careful because next free agent period, you might have, I don't know how many free agents they have, but they might all leave because you can't pay any of them. You have committed a whole lot of money to your pass rusher. And I still say that last night, Jerry made the point. It came from the top down, from Jerry to the coaches. He will not eat tonight in my house.
Right.
So to your point of having, what's your thing about four eyes and
Four hands, 4 eyes.
Okay, well, to your point, it was like 6.
Yeah.
Okay, because their game plan was don't let him show up, Jerry, on Sunday Night Football for all the world to see. So I don't think other teams will pay that much attention to Micah as they paid last night because, to your points, I don't know where Rashawn Gary was. He was quiet all night.
He was.
I can't even speak his name. His name didn't get called. Where I have to look, that's like Micah in playoff games, so I had to look back and say, was he hurt or did he play? Yeah, he played. He just didn't do anything. So Jerry is correct, and I believe Jerry long term will win the trade, but then you have to turn around the draft picks that you got and the money you saved, and you better spend it wisely and pick wisely, and then we won't have the answer to this for like 5 years to look
Maybe.
back and say.
Yeah.
It might happen next year though.
Maybe,
It might go to
maybe.
the off season and
Well, you think
trade
they're
them
going to be
picks.
way
You got
better
the
next
picks.
year.
I seen
Well, you got
seen
them
teams-
picks you
yeah.
could use to get a player.
You might
Get
at
them-
this
you can
trade
get a
deadline.
player,
Yeah, you have your quarterback. Just keep drafting pass rushers. Keep
Yeah.
drafting defensive backs. Keep
And
drafting.
they might not be Parsons, but
Yeah.
you can try.
You could develop a pass rusher, and you could develop a fleet of them. You have good defensive line coaches,
Yeah.
Rod Marinelli, and
Yeah.
guys like that. You can get a couple guys going.
Yeah.
You can get a couple guys you can rotate in. I think with Dak, it's not only not the success in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I think him turning the ball over in critical situations.
Yeah.
That's how I judge Dak. He can ball out all game, and he's definitely got the tools. He's a baller. I mean, he's on fire. But it's the turnovers
Yeah.
in critical junctures of the game where Dak has been judged so far.
He has.
Last point about Green Bay. They might be in trouble defensively. A lot of reasons what Keith said. But we've all just said they got 4 hands, 4 eyes on Micah, sometimes 6. And Rashawn Gary didn't do what he was supposed to. That's the blueprint moving forward.
Yeah.
Right.
They lost the D tackle. Let's not forget. They lost the starting D tackle.
They did.
Now they're going to say, stop him, make him beat us.
Right.
And if he can't do it, because like you said, Richie, these are all backups. They're going to be playing backups the rest of the year.
Right.
Some, maybe, whatever.
Right.
But that's something to keep an eye on because they know Micah is what makes everything go.
Yeah.
That's why Rashawn Gary was leading in sacks. But if we can keep eyes on him, he has to beat us. And I don't know if he can. Maybe he will. I don't know. But I feel like that's the blueprint. Now they're going to say, oh, we're going to see. We're going to test it.
Right.
Okay, and the last quick point, and you can laugh if you want, but I like James Houston rushing the passer.
No, I like him.
Yeah, I really do. And I like Ezra Rawakua, the rookie
But like
from
he
Boston
said,
College.
You can coach a
Yeah.
guy like that, the guy that's got the skill set, you can coach him up.
Yeah.
You can't coach nobody to be no damn Parsons. But
No.
Go ahead.
No. Heck no.
Well, you guys were talking about Dak struggling in the playoffs. Obviously, we know about that. But another person who struggles in the playoffs